Hey, what's up, beautiful people? How are you guys doing today? Today we're gonna be talking about external versus internal validation.
Ooh. Cognitive corner?
Oh, cognitive. I kind of like that. Okay, I feel like you were sitting on that.
He was thinking about it the whole time.
Yeah, you fired that off way too fast and it was too good.
This topic is horny.
Very horny. What is external validation and what is internal validation?
External validation, not horny. Internal validation, horny as fuck.
Specific.
Now I know. So what is the difference?
External is when people tell
penis is outside of you, and internal is when a penis is inside of you.
But I don't want penis inside.
I don't know if I've had that one.
I'm never gonna have internal validation.
Internal validation means he likes you. External means he doesn't like you and he doesn't want to fuck you.
pee in you.
Is external like, hey, you're pretty, and then internal is like, I'm pretty?
In my opinion, internal validation is when you know yourself. You know yourself fully, and that no matter what bullets are coming in and things there are people saying to you, that's not true. Like if somebody says, God, you're so stupid. If you know you're not stupid, then you're like, fuck you. But if you still are not sure about yourself, if you don't know your strengths, your weaknesses, when somebody says, oh, you're so stupid, you'll be like, oh, I'm sorry. Like those are the people that don't have any like internal confidence, because when you have that and you know who you are, you're almost unshakable. And that fulfills you every day, every morning when you wake up, because that does not change. You're very
That's why egomaniacs and narcissists win.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, but they're usually not right then.
It's not really fueled by something healthy, but their internal validation is extremely
It's very high. It's very high.
People are in the middle. Like I think it's also like you can't be on the polar spectrum of either or, because when you're too internal validation, you become to the point where you don't listen to anybody.
Yes.
I mean, I believe that to a point. Like I say that just because like I read something one time. I'm a big Oprah fan, and Oprah says knowing who you are, because I had a big issue with external validation for the longest time, and she said you have to know yourself. I spent 2 years discovering my strengths and weaknesses. A weakness is a part of who you are, and I think maybe narcissists miss that part because they have no weaknesses.
That's true. That's the unhealthy side of it.
And I'm a big Harvey Weinstein fan, so it's kind of like you, like they're friends, they're buds. So yeah, like no matter what they say about Harvey, I know Harv. So.
Oh my fucking god!
And like Oprah loved him. So
like an example would be someone that's a influencer, right? And if you're external validator, then you're constantly checking how many likes and comments and loves and what people. So your sense of skill, self, all that stuff is it's determined by whatever people say. But if you're internally validating yourself, you just do the fucking work. You don't care how many whatever.
Yeah, you let your. Okay, the best way I could think of it is because like the way that I used to think was, oh my god, I did this. Look at this accomplishment I've made, and I needed people to pat me on the back for the accomplishment. But I started to rewire my brain to be like, look at all the work I put in up until receiving that accomplishment, because the work is really me, and the fact that I was able to do that is what is like not, you can't really take that from me, but the accomplishment itself is fleeting, and that's very external.
A couple of years ago, I was accused of hating women because I did a video where I went to a women's rights march and I held a sandwich making competition.
Oh my god, that was you?
Yeah, and they do a fast sandwich, by the way, and so, but to me, the joke of that was that they were fucking cool. Like, they weren't like, I'm gonna burn my brow and all this shit. Like, they were just fucking cool, and they were laughing and smiling and going with the bit. They didn't take themselves too seriously, and that's what was fun about that. And so I got so much hate for that, but I knew why I did it, right? So my internal validation was like, I know exactly why I did this shit. Like, this makes these chicks look awesome. Like, if anything, the joke is on me because I'm doing a bunch of bits.
Yeah, you're making yourself look like the asshole, like a dumb asshole. Yeah.
And these gals are being awesome. So yeah, and that kind of shows like a bunch of people who think that all these women's rights people are so fucking rigid. Like, they're not. They're actually humans. They're pretty cool too.
Did one girl actually make you an excellent sandwich?
She made me an incredible sandwich, very fast, by the way, very quick. So yeah, I was timing them, so she better have. But yeah.
Yeah, or like external validation is like, wow, I really like this person. I want to get them. Well, I only want to date them to validate. Like, sometimes people will try to date people above their tier. Like, they'll date people that they think is like out of their reach. And then when they lock that person in, they're like, yeah, I'm worthy. And like, then it just goes away. and then they don't value that person anymore, and now you have this person that was really just an accomplishment for you.
Damn, that fucking sucks.
Yeah, that happens a lot. It really does.
We so on my 90 Days to Freedom course, I have a segment on.
Plug. Dude.
Yeah, I have a segment.
Where can we find that?
90 Days to Freedom. Yeah, I have it on my Instagram. So if you go on my Instagram, it's a link. It's the link in
At
the bio.
Joe Jitsukawa?
Yeah.
Can I get a discount?
Jitsukawa. Yep. Oh, I'll give it to you all, but you guys can all have it. But here's the thing, okay? So there's this one segment that we have called Achievement versus Fulfillment. So a lot of people, they try to find validation through achievement, but it's an endless chase because you don't ever feel the best if you don't have the number one, right? But in reality, what should happen is through the journey, you should have fulfillment. But a lot of people don't make that agreement with themselves. If they set up a goal, because I also believe that you need goals to feel like you're having progression in life. But if you don't hit the goals with an agreement of when I hit this goal, the fulfillment is this.
Yes, I celebrate this way.
There's
Whatever.
also, Mark Manson talks about this in one of his books where he's like, humans think that like once I get here, then I'll be happy.
Right.
But what people don't realize is you actually achieve happiness through solving problems. Therefore, if you don't have any problems,
Exactly.
you're not happy because you get that happiness from solving problems.
It's like when you watch a movie and there's no conflict in the movie.
Yep.
You're bored.
That makes oh my
just
god,
had
I feel so
revelation,
mind blown right now. What the fuck?
What was the revelation you just gained? You feel like?
I mean, it's true, like, because, like, as Nikki was saying, it's like, oh yeah, you know, if you don't have any problems, like, you're not gonna, you don't feel, like, flat. Why am I tripping over my words?
Because you had it at Eureka.
I know,
Your mind is still being blown.
you don't gain that satisfaction, right? But then when you do have problems and you overcome it, then, you know, you feel a lot better. I'm like, that's right. I felt like I had a lot of issues. Okay, man, now I feel like a better person.
But that's why people reminisce about the times that they struggled a lot of times, right? And especially stories. Oprah does that, where it's like, you know, I look fondly upon my tragedy because it helped me make me who I am.
Yeah, I think it has to come in like waves though, right? Because when you're too long in the down, that's when depression hits. Because it feels like nothing
You'll never
you do
be up, yeah.
can go back up. But that's why humans need challenge and progress and a little bit of wins to bring them back up the swing. And it's like you win hard again, and then you're gonna go down because you can't avoid deaths in the family. You can't avoid naturally human things that kind of is gonna fuck with the emotions.
And that's what Harvey Weinstein's going through right now. You know, he's getting the maximum.
And he's gonna make a comeback, bro. Like he's your man, dude.
He's getting so much conflict that he's just gonna fly out of this with wings.
I think and it's interesting you say that. Like, if you think of your life as just kind of like almost like what is that heartbeat thing? Like, you know, when it
The ECG
Yeah.
or
like
EKG?
that little
EKG.
up and down thing. Like, the only way that you get wins is if you take risks or work really hard on something. And if you're just going through day by day, you're never doing either or. But life will inevitably always throw you downers. So if you're not trying, your life is just going like, you know, but you need to have those ups to really appreciate the downs, but you need to work hard to have those ups.
You need an active echocardiogram.
Yes, exactly. And it needs to go boop, 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 boop. And when you're doing bad, it's going to go boop.
I feel you. We could have done this whole video with just boobs.
Oh, we should just finish it all with boobs.
Let's do it.
With boobs? Boobs.
Oh no, are you okay?
I think Boz just passed away on camera.
That's the title of this video. Boze passes away.
Damn.
On camera.
I feel like
Boze ends on camera. You can't say passed
Oh,
away.
that's true. That's appropriately titled. Way to have Jess's back.
I feel like that when we're in our teens, like, we're very fragile, right? And like we always want external validation just because, you know, we don't know who we are as
You haven't gone through
There's
those
no sense of
cycles yet.
self. There hasn't been a self that's developed.
So then, like, at what point for you guys did you guys finally receive your own internal validation?
Oh God, I still am working on that.
Yeah.
Well, not that I look for external, but I live life.
Internal.
Tiny victories.
Yeah, tiny victories. No, because
That's how I do it, right?
Learning how to celebrate tiny victories too, because I would often just forget anything that I did.
Yeah,
It
me
always
too.
felt like I didn't do anything, like I hadn't achieved anything, and so recently I learned how to like actually look and recognize when I did things so that I could be like, oh yeah, I am making progress. Because before it just felt like an endless sea of never winning.
I can, I come from the not good enough camp.
Yes.
And I think that's just our upbringing. Like because I was told by my dad, perfection is the epitome. Everything has to be perfect. So if you,
My dad is too.
yeah, so it's like, if you're half-assing, well, I think he was trying to avoid half-assing behavior out of me, but the way he drilled it was, you should never be proud of half-assed work.
Yes.
Just be perfect all the time. Do it right from the beginning, because life shouldn't be with mistakes, right? So I had that drilled in me, and then he's like, so every time I approach something, also there's just guilt built on it, because we're not gonna be 100%. We're gonna half-ass stuff too. But you just keep doing it, and then nothing feels rewarding, even if you actually get a win, because you're always looking up.
Because if a win is the expectation, then you just did bare minimum by winning.
Exactly.
And if you didn't win, then what the fuck is your problem? You're never going to be good enough. So there's never a like, yay, I did it, because it's always like, well, that was expected of me.
Yep.
So
I felt like I had my internal validation happen sometime towards the end of college. For me, because like I think all my life I felt like I never really give a shit about myself, and but at one point I was like, well, why don't I care about myself? Like, who else is gonna care about me but me, right? And so I just remember, okay, well, fuck, yeah, let's hit the gym, because I know you want a rockin' body. Let's go do this, Julia. Yeah, let's go do that together, you know? And it was just,
you made friends with yourself.
I made friends with myself, and it's just like, yeah, and I just didn't know that it was something that I needed personally, and that it was something of an option for me, because I always felt like being with the way that I don't know, I feel like with how my mom treated with other people and like how she interacted with them, she always treated herself as like always beneath them all the time. So like if they gave her a gift, she has to give like a gift that's bigger or like something of a similar value. Or she'll be like, oh no, like, no, I don't need it, you take it back, right? So to me, it's just like, oh, I'm not worthy of any of this shit, so like, you guys take everything back, you know? So I think for me, yeah, in college, I was like, well, fuck, if I'm always giving, like, well, what about me?
Yeah, you gotta refill your cup in order to give.
That's so hard though to tell somebody who's like in a tailspin, like if they're going through something where like they feel like they're completely fucked right now. Yeah. Like I got a friend who's going through something like in the media cycle, it's like huge, and he's overweight and he won't hit the gym, and I'm like, Harv, you gotta fucking just go to the gym at least.
Cut.